Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks, bringing you the daily Apple report for Thursday, December 1st, 2022. Big rally. We'll start with the near term. Big rally on, Wednesday. Yes. This on the heels of Tuesday's sell signal, firmly rejected. We're back to testing now, probably today, longer term resistance in the 150s, which I'll show in a moment. But while I'm showing you this chart, I just want you to know that 143.51 is solid pullback support for the day if tested. That's the big question. 144.81 is the high of the low. That's a minor point. 146.97 is a 50% retracement from the high from mid-November against Monday's low, and 148.53 is a 5/8 upside Fibonacci, also from the mid-November high against Monday's low. And we did sort of top out a bit at 148.53 for the day. That was a late day rally. And that was it. We settled right in between 146.97 and 148.53. So all three of these points are well suited for aggressive day traders, but for the day trader who's looking for sort of the trade of the day, you could consider buying 143.51, above which we should retest this longer term speed line that still remains in effect at 150.34. It is still a valid speed line. It is in reach today, especially if we push or open above 148.53. The 150.34 speed line able to contain buying through December, and from here we can still fall off into the 120s by the end of January or sooner, and that is this channel bottom here that you can see at 123.96. This actually shows pretty much everything. Holding below 150.34 allows this market to continue south. We don't have a sell signal per se. We did actually on Monday's close rather, but that was firmly rejected on Wednesday. Sorry, that was Tuesday's close, firmly rejected on Wednesday. And so the question begs, are we now likely to violate 150.34? And I really don't have a good answer for that. I mean, that rally on Wednesday was impressive, but 150.34 is a longer term line study, and it can contain not only weekly, but even monthly highs. And we can fall off again from here to new lows. We can fall back to 134.37 by the end of next week, perhaps, and this 123.96 formation by the end of January or sooner, potentially by the end of December. So we've got 143.51 once again as a session containment level. This is support for the day, and above which 150.34 is likely. If we close below 143.51 today, then we should, by the end of next week, continue south to 134.37, and potentially over the next 2 to 3 weeks, 123.96. 123.96 is, once again, long-term support on the weekly chart. 123.95 here, that is the start of a range down to 118.41 that, if tested over the next couple of months, can absorb selling through the first quarter and even into later 23. And yes, once again, it remains in reach by the end of January or sooner below that 150.34 descending 2/3 speed line, which you can see again here. Now, if we happen to close today above 150.34, now, if we push through 150.34 or open above it, I don't anticipate seeing 157.51 intraday, but it could happen with this kind of volatility. We do have decent resistance on the way up at 53.73 and 55.74, but 57.51 is then likely, quite possibly tomorrow. I'm going to say, tomorrow, Friday, if we close today, Thursday, above 150.34. The 157.51 formation able to contain buying through next week, possibly into January, and we could fall off from there. As I've been framing this now for a number of weeks, we remain prone to falling back into the mid-120s by the end of January, below 150.34. And I don't see 180.18 by the end of January unless we close soon above 157.51. So that's kind of the way I'd like to still frame it. The inside this 150.34 to 157.51 region is kind of a no man's land for longer term trend identification. I will put this out there, and I have recently, that if we do close today above 150.34, you could consider buying, say, 180 out of the money calls that don't expire for at least 3 months. But just know that it would be the settlement above 157.51 that would really provide that as a clear-cut buy signal up to 180.18, and then we're probably inside of 2 months away from reaching 180.18, where we could top out on a monthly, possibly quarterly basis, fall off from there into Q2. I think that pretty much rounds it out for Thursday's Daily Apple Report. I'll be back tomorrow with Fridays, and you have a great day.